Hello, how you all doing? My name is Philip, also known as RPS Enough, and today I am sad. Why are you sad? I am hearing you guys ask. Well, I'm sad because I just lost my 15 winning streak on a quick match ladder on Warzone. Yeah, I've been winning every single game in quick match lately. I spent like a week or so not really playing it that much, and now I've been playing it again for the last couple of days. I've been winning every single game. I was slowly creeping back into top 40 position. Was reaching like 44 already. I just lost the game and I lost 10 hilo. And it's devastating. Let's take a look at the game and see what went wrong. So this is a good old Malvia. Don't you love Malvia? I used to love Malvia. Now I don't like it as much. Anyways, let's take a look at the picks. So picks in Malvia, usually you want to go for the combos, early game income, and then spread like wildfire. That's usually the main recipe for success. Um, so I have to go for one in Coralline. It's debatable if you should go one there or not. I tend to go, but you don't really have to. Um, one in Coralline, 2-3 in the combo in Traffic Island, 3-4 in the combo in Harp and 8. Then 6-7 on the combo in Lipuyetus. And then the 8th pick down here for safety expansion. Um, it felt alright. I was happy with my picks. I think they were pretty decent. I could probably get income advantage because I would get probably 2 combos. And if I was lucky, also the +1 island. If I lost the +1, that meant that I had a combo for sure, which would be great. I would have foot in one, maybe foot in the other, or lose it completely, but have like a third one, and then I could just dominate this top area. Otherwise, I would probably split this and split that, and I would have income advantage because I have a +1 in Coralline. I would be immediately expanding into something with more income. So yeah, I was pretty happy with my picks. This was what we got. Actually, we should probably take a look at Don's picks. Don picked 1 in 8. And this is why it hurts, because this doesn't make much sense. If he's picking in 8, he should pick in Harp as well to have a combo there. Or he could be countered, easily countered. And then he picked 2 in Yetra, which also doesn't make sense because there are other combos available on the map. And the third pick is in Astpardo, which sort of okay. It's like safe. 4 and 5 also don't make sense. Otherwise, or in the very least, you should have it in the reverse order. And then 6 and 7 in Traffic Island. This makes sense, but it should be higher priority, in my humble opinion. And the 8th pick in Lipoyetus because reasons. Probably to counter the Traffic Islander. I don't know. Anyways, this is what we got. I'm gonna show you my view. So from my view, I had intel that he was in 8, and I had my first pick, my second and third pick as well. So I figured, okay, so he's in 8 and he's in Lipoyetus, and then another pick somewhere safe. Probably either Urth or Fortress Irisi. This would be what would make sense. Um, Even he could even be Knight's Vale because reasons. Bad luck in picks, whatever. This makes sense. So at this point, I had a decision to make. Do I storm Murden Capital or Upper Murden or not? And I decided not to because I figured he's a smart player. He's definitely not going to expand in a place which is very likely to get countered on. So he's going to hang on to his position with full stack, expand elsewhere, and once he's done expanding, he's going to reveal himself and expect me to either have finished Horp or have made a move by then into his territory. This is what I would expect from a reasonable player. But of course, we're not dealing with reasonable people. So what happened instead was that why does he do that? Okay, this is better. So what happened instead was that he expanded, and I have full stack there, and I see him. I also expanded into Timo just to have to be able to finish that bonus this next turn. Um, I was surprised to find him having expanded here, but I thought, okay, so either he didn't have intel, or we thought I wouldn't bother attacking, and he wants to get that +2 income for one turn because of reasons. That all makes a lot of sense. In reality, what was happening was that it was the only bonus he had because he picked very badly. So I figured that this time he has probably Lipoietus and Aid, and will probably defend Aid a lot or finish one of the other areas that he's in. Um, but as you will see, that's not what happens. He backtracks. He deploys more here without attacking, which is strange. He finishes Asparo, which is good. And he just backtracks in 8. So I thought, okay, the game is won. I have income advantage. I even stepped into Black Kestrel, expecting him to be in Lipuietus, and this is where things started getting weird. He was not in the obvious combo. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. Why wouldn't he be in that combo? That doesn't make much sense. Well, he's probably somewhere else, obviously. Like something that you can combo in 2 turns, which there aren't any at all. There is Centria. He could have comboed in 2 turns. That would be a nice bonus to pick instead. Or he could be doing Borth and just not showing up yet. Will show up next turn. Something like that. All of these scenarios made sense in my head. So I thought, okay, so I have 2 options now. I can either expand very fast and ignore completely what's happening in the middle, or I can blockade and get Orb behind me and keep expanding slowly. I could also have to make a decision between going to Lipoetus and getting this +2 first, or getting the +5 first. I thought I would do it slowly and just get the +5. So this is what I ended up doing. Ended up blockading this, doing a Terminator blockade to do like a transfer only thing, and instead attacking Thesis and Panolia with the rest and blockade behind me. And to my surprise, I noticed he was in Pike Bridge and just finished Pike Bridge, which was sad for me because I could have gotten it instead, and break him. So he was rather lucky there, or he had more delays than I do, obviously, because he still had all of these delays left over in Yetria that he had forgotten to attack or something. Maybe it was on purpose. So now I was in a bad position, not really sure what his income was, but I knew it would probably be similar to mine. I figured I could still hold both places, that he would still be expanding into his 4th area, or his 3rd area in this case, and that he wouldn't attack me. So I went to finish Orp. I managed to finish, he backtracked again, but he deployed 14 and broke Dove Reach. And at this point, I realized that I was pretty much fucked. So yeah, that was that. He has income advantage over me. It's very unlikely that I'm gonna stay alive in Inhame, or I'm gonna attack first turn into Briefane, and he's going to predict that and attack from West Haven. I had no clue he was in Astparo at all. Why would he? There would be better bonuses like Centria or Urth to get, so that wouldn't make much sense. But clearly he had income, so he had to be somewhere. I wasn't predicting Yetria or Astparo at this point. But I knew I needed income. I was still set on the +5, I believe, at this point. Let's see what I do. Yeah, I try to work on the +5, attack Blue Gate, deploy a lot, expect him to try to attack me. Instead, he doesn't. He wipes me out from in May and he keeps expanding. So I knew I was in a big problem at this stage, and even worse, since I only attacked one of the territories, I didn't attack Stoneview. I couldn't finish the +5 this turn either. So that was a bit of an error, my mistake. Should have attacked both and just let go of ARP completely. Just expand like wildfire. So what I do next turn, I keep defending and I attack Fairly just to have optimum expansion into Geofear, taking advantage of the leftover, and at the same time get more income from the number of territories you have, because on Malvia in particular, the more territories you have extra income. So the more territories you have, the better. I also started expanding into Hillmouth, expecting him to be in Tarn World eventually. Instead, he moved the entire stack into Briefane, which didn't make any sense whatsoever. He only needed to move 3 there, but I guess he wasn't interested in Tarn World at all. Next turn, I finished the +5 and the +2. I'm also working on the +3, which is jolly good. Meanwhile, I predict that he would slam me. Instead, he flanks into Dunsdale. Maybe he thought I was predicting he was in Yetria. I thought he was actually going north at this point. I thought, okay, so he's going there, then he's going to go north. And because he knows I'm up here, I must be up here, which is the only income that makes sense, or the only initial starting places that make sense to have first turn bonuses. Which is weird. Why wouldn't he be in Tarn World? So the whole game was weird. Okay, I guess we established that by now. So at this point I have income advantage, but I don't realize that yet. Also, it doesn't really matter because he has stack advantage. I keep expanding, but so does he. He actually starts expanding north. I try to get first turn, and I do get first turn, but he attacks me instead of keep going north, which I guess happens. Made sense in his head. I also deployed some leftovers here in Eastern Wyvern, predicting he would be coming upwards. And I had no idea he was in Yetria at this point. I knew he was probably expanding on Borth though. And I assumed that maybe he had Urth already or Centria already, but I really didn't know. So yeah, keep expanding. Didn't find him on Callhead or Axdale. Okay, he didn't show up in Tarn World, which was weird. Okay, that's fine. Still had on income by some slight miracle. He does deploy 7 in Spring Quest without attacking, which was strange. Should have attacked. So I'm in a very weird position at this point, but I do have income advantage. So if I play some mind games, I might be able to beat him. This is what I try to do. I go first turn into Waterland, trying to attack Panolia next turn and just break his income or be annoying a little bit more. I predict correctly that he deployed fully here, and I try to delay enough. I think with my leftovers, he might run into my wall. He doesn't run into my wall. He expands, which was smart of him. I do break the +1 and have better position here. I think maybe he didn't even notice that I was in Tarn World because it's on the other side of the map. Maybe he didn't really realize I was there. I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyways, he has income advantage again now. But this turn I will see him in the Callhead and he will see me, but I have a double border, which is great. I do get first turn into Panolia, so I break another of his bonuses, and I finish Corellian and hit Pike Ridge head on, which is also good. So I have a nice position to win at this point, I feel. Even though we have same income, I am controlling the choke point here. I am controlling the choke point there, and I do have a big stack advantage on this side of the map and access to his income. So I might have recovered. Then this happens. He blockades and deploys here, which is smart of him. He let go of the bonus to protect more of his income. Managed to break the Firth. Always also managed to get the first action into Dunsdale, which was quite good. And now he has more armies on Vertwin, so I need to be careful not to get broken there. But all things considered, I still ahead on income because I broke more of his territories than he broke mine. Um, Moving on, I put some pressure on Urth, which was good. I slam uh, the big stack here. I do lose the first action though, and that was a bit sad. I could have broken Yetria with that, and that would probably have been a good game. Still slowly expanding in Centria, not finishing it. Managed to get first action back into overreach, but it really doesn't matter because he didn't attack at all. But this is something nice that you can sometimes do to play some mind games with your opponent, is do like first action move of your stack, so make sure that he runs into it, because it's likely that he will try to attack with his stack without deploying anything, ensuring that he has first order. But in this case, I even played an order priority to make sure I had that first order, and which was why I ended up not being able to get Dunsdale instead, because I was trying to defend first. Um, there was a good reason for that, because if he went into Dovereach, he would have a good opportunity to get into Tarn World and Norport uncontested and ruin my game. But I was still ahead on income, so no fear, just fight. So what I do next, I stall around on this island, just tap him and move back. He does the same. I also tap him and move and do nothing here. And I try to get the rest of the +4. Um, didn't really work for me. I was expecting him not to deploy, or to deploy less on these two territories. So ended up being shot in the foot, and now he has a very big stack in Springcrest. I realize that, but I can't really afford to deploy in East Wyvern because I really need to get an advantage elsewhere on the map. So this is what I do. I attack with 3 to Moorbush just to put some pressure on Orp, and I keep putting pressure on this +4, but he predicts that and he deploys 2 +9s there. I also get these 2 territories, not for any strategic purpose, just to get income, more income for having more territories, trying to unlock an extra army. With that, might have been a waste of my armies in retrospect, but I don't know. And I also go into Malo Worst, also slowly expanding, and a mix of trying to get more armies out of having more territories in the long run. So trying to play a little bit of the long game. But in short game, he has almost double the stack that I have on Eastworm. I know you guys can see it very well here. I have 20 something. Let's see if I'm gonna fuck up this die. Yeah, at the end of the turn I have 22 and he has 45. So you can see I don't have a very good position right now. So hard to tell what was supposed to do here. I ended up going for this, which is deploy a lot in East Wyvern, make sure I don't get broken there. If I do get broken there, it's GG for me. I don't know if you realize that, probably not. I move my stack first turn to make sure he doesn't get the +1 or breaks the +1. And I just try to stay alive in +4. At this point, I thought that I had a lot more income advantage than I really actually did, because he was deploying elsewhere, he was expanding. So I thought I had income advantage, while in reality I had, but not for as much army income as I did. So those 2 turns that I spent trying to finish Urth and being denied really started to hurt me. Could have been expanding elsewhere instead, or just, I don't know, doing something else. I also ended up running into a wall in Waterland. He predicts well that I would attack minimally. Next turn, I flank into Mage Portal, trying to put some pressure. Now I realize that he must be in Asparo for sure. So I try to do that. I also expand. Predict that he won't deploy an attack here because he's too busy defending the +4 and Briefane, which was a good prediction on my part. I just deploy, not fully, just enough, trying to get something done. Unfortunately, I don't get first turn again. Um, he manages to attack with the 22, so I don't break the +2. That would be really useful. Don't know if he did use another priority card though, so that was a good prediction on his part. So yeah, at the end of this turn, things don't look so good. Do have stack equalizer in East Wyvern now, and I have a position in Mage Portal that I can use to do some mind games, attack Blasted Braid, attack in Hami last action, and I decide to try to finish the +4 and do those mind games, and hopefully I will not get completely eliminated from the +4 or lose the choke point in Calhead. So that's what I do. The +8 works well against Moorbush. I managed to stay alive in the +4 here. He plays badly there. He also plays badly in the south west part. He both deploys and attacks with both stacks, allows me to get good position in Hamia to attack Briefane first action. And I finish my +4, which puts me back in income advantage. Unfortunately, I'm very low in the stack attack on the choke point in East Wyvern, so I'm forced to deploy something there. So this is the crucial turn. I'll show all deployments. So I put 16 and he only puts 5, but he deploys shit tons into Leo Bridge, which I just don't have enough in Calhead to deploy. Also, I was expecting to get first turn in Miami, but he plays another priority card and denies me that potential break as well. Ruins my first action. Still managed to get a good position in Waterland, but it doesn't really matter because he's gonna end up using the order delay card and cleaning up Urth completely. Or not, he didn't even attack Urth, he just got good position in Calhead, and I just figured, okay, it's impossible to defend now. I have 1, 2, 3 places that I'm being overwhelmed by his stack, so it's impossible. So yeah, very sad game. Could have done a couple of things better. I think the picks were alright. Turn 1 was probably wrong of me. I should have attacked Murden Capital. The prediction in Lipu, he had to bit me in the ass. I should have expanded faster once I noticed that he wasn't there. Just expand and not give a damn about the +2 or the +1 at all. I mean, I could easily lose the +1 if I would get to Tarn World faster with more income, which I ended up doing in the end, but it might have been too late if I had completely let go of Horp first. I might have been able to expand faster, get a +5 faster, get a +2, the +3, the +4 faster, and that would have allowed me to have better momentum to break his bonuses, I think. But it's a really sad game for me because I clearly know the map better than Dawn, and I still ended up losing the game. And it really hurts a lot. 10 elo, it's like 15 games, you get like 1 elo, 1.5 elo for each single game, have to be playing them, or most of them full focus. Some of them, they just surrender on turn 0 because they don't like the map or something, but most of them I have to play them full focus, and then you get this bad game that just sets you back whole 10 elo. So hope you guys feel my pain. Hope you guys learned something from the game. See you tomorrow. I'm doing a WGL tomorrow, so hope to see you guys there. It's at 6 o'clock GMT time. So see you tomorrow. Bye bye, everyone. Take care.